Greetings and salutations in service to the one I am, Amber Dawn Star, practical mystic, energetic activist, and for almost 37 years, master breathologist. Welcome back to my channel and my growing community. Yay! Growing community. Yay! Since Aquarius is all about community, it's all about the whole, it's all about expansion, it's all about people and groups and community. And since we are in Aquarius right now, the sun is in Aquarius, and today is the full moon in Leo, which I'm sure anyone that's following astrology knows that today is that, and we are officially in that full moon energy of Leo. And of course, Leo, you know Leo, and I'm sure you probably know a few Leos out there. Leo represents passions, enthusiasm, fun, expression, and unabashed, heart-centered courage. And that's what the talk is today, that the guides would like me to talk about to you, which is heart-centered courage. And if you're living and walking in your courage, or are you in your fear and doubt and ego? Because that's what Leo rules. Every sign has their light and shadow. Leo's light is what I just mentioned, and Leo's shadow is the ego. Yikes. And we all know, well, maybe we all don't, but the ego represents basically all your fears. So what are you afraid of? What are you afraid to do? What are you afraid to say? What are you afraid to act on? What are you afraid to forgive? What are you afraid to have compassion for? What are you afraid to walk your talk? What are you afraid of? Because right now we need the Leos in their hearts, not in their egos. And a lot of that has to do with the past. The ego likes to hold on to the past, not just Leos, but ego likes to hold on to the past, likes to be right. Oh my gosh, everyone's ego like to be right. No matter if they're 100% off. They still want to be right. Because then, of course, they feel better about themselves, even if it's the false feelings of security that they're going through. The only place that we are going to move forward in this lifetime and as a whole and as a planet and as in the age of Aquarius is through our hearts. And that takes courage. It does take courage to face your ego. Because, you didn't just come in this time, probably. I know there's a lot of young souls out there, but a lot of us are older souls or old souls. And we have done this a lot. And so, of course, most of the time that does not get cleared out of every single lifetime. That is accumulated. So you bring in all the items, all the stuff, all the stories that you did not complete in the last life, or who knows how many lives that you didn't complete. And so now we are, of course, in a step-off life, which it doesn't come around every single lifetime. We have the opportunity to move into the highest realm of the fifth dimension. We are actually doing that. The earth is doing that. And anyone that wants to go with her into this next level of consciousness is going to go. However, you cannot take your ego, your negative ego, with you. Ego, it's all right to have a sense of self, a sovereign self, a self that is unique in this whole entire universe, because God, all that is, spirit, source, the one, created all of you, all of us, all of everything. And so you are unique in this world and all worlds. And that is something that, of course, Leo exonifies. It represents that uniqueness because it's the sun. So, of course, the sun is the life giver, right? It sustains life on this planet. We wouldn't be able to do what we do if we didn't have the sun. However, the sun can also burn the flip-flop out of you, can it? Especially people with my coloring. You could just stand in it and it will zap you. And I'm still dealing with things on my skin in regards to being in the sun when I was younger. And had color. Oh, so exciting. However, the sun can also give life, and it can also bring a lot of damage. So Leo can also bring life and enthusiasm and joy and love because it rules the heart, or it can bring a lot of damage. Because if you are in your ego, especially now, if you are in your negative ego, especially now with what's going on this planet, and if you don't notice, you've been under a rock for a while because it's crumbling. We need to stay in our hearts. That is the way we're going to get through this. We're not going to get through what's coming, and there's a lot more coming. Oh my God, there is a lot more coming. Yikes. Because it has to, right? Anything that is not sustainable is not going to make it through the next 7 years. The next 7 years are going to change everything on this planet. Everything that we've known up until now, completely going to be different by 2030. Everything. And so if you want to make it through to 2030 in all of your sovereignty and your alignment with your heart and your breath and your connection to source, then you're going to have to let go of the ego, the negative ego, which is all your shoulds, all your not forgiving, like you didn't ever make any mistakes. Are you not human? Now, come on. We all do this. We all have made mistakes. And we all need to forgive ourselves now for those mistakes. And the other people that we have harmed in those mistakes, those people also need to forgive. We have to start with ourselves. Of course, it all starts here, within. It does. And then it radiates out. So where are you not forgiving yourself within? And I'm sure there's a lot of energy out there right now with people that have not forgiven and are projecting their own shite onto everybody else. Oh, it's my mom. Oh, it's my dad. Oh, it's my children. Oh, it's my siblings. Oh, it's my family. Oh, it's the government. Oh, it's the world. Oh, it's that color. Oh, it's that sex. Oh. And all that is your shadow. That's what it is. Your shadow is up if you are doing that kind of projection. And I don't care what comes out of your mouth as far as the blah, 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 because you can have all the spiritual words in the world. And if you are not walking those words, especially right now, then you are part of the problem and not the solution. We can all say anything. That's why they say talk is cheap. Because, yeah, you can make all the promises you want and you can say everything you want and it all sounds great. But when it comes right down to it, how do you walk your talk? Do you walk it from your heart? Do you walk it from your soul and your alignment with Source? Or do you walk it in your ego? That has to be right. That's not ever wrong. That fails to forgive. That doesn't realize that you have to have compassion for yourself and others. And if you are in your ego, your negative ego, then probably you're going to get triggered hearing this, because the negative ego doesn't want to be wrong. It has to be right. And it has to control. Oh, it has to control you. Control you. And you have to do what I want you to do. And you have to be who I want you to be. And that's all there is to it. And that's the negative ego. Project, project, project. Unforgive, unforgive, unforgive. Blame, blame, blame. Shame, shame, shame. That's the ego, negative ego's game. So in this Leo full moon, which is, shining the light, big light, on the parts of ourselves that are still in that shadow. We want to be able to clear those cobwebs and come into our alignment from our hearts. The only way out is through, and the only way through is through our hearts now. We see what's going on the planet. It's horrifying. It is absolutely horrifying to see what's happening. If you're not crying out there, you're not paying attention. I'm crying every day, every single day, for our planet, for the people on our planet, for the people of color on our planet, for the disenfranchised on our planet, for the animals on our planet, for the children on our planet. Because it is not sustainable as to what is happening right now. This cannot go on. The 1% that runs the 99% is not sustainable. And if anybody knows history, they'll know that it is not sustainable. There's usually a revolution and an evolution. And of course there needs to be. Because there is a way to have it sustainable. If we come from our hearts, if we come from our love, then it will be sustainable. But because most of this planet and the people that run it are in their negative egos, that's why we're in the freaking position we're in right now. That's exactly why. When corporations got the same rights as people, that's what headed us down into a downward spiral. And we are in that downward spiral. There's no doubt about it. Just take a look around. Don't watch the news too much, because then that will depress you. Well, it depresses me. That's why I don't watch it. I just tap in. I just stick my toe in the water. I usually get my news from the late night people. Stephen Colbert, favorite. Seth Meyers, favorite. Jimmy Kimmel, favorite. Those three people. It used to be Trevor Noah, but he's not on there anymore, The Daily Show. That's where I get my news, because I still hear what's going on, but I don't buy into the ego, negative ego of it. Because the negative ego is about fear. That's how they're running things. That's how they're getting away with it. Because it's all fear-mongering. It's fear-mongering. I mean, look what's going on in our Congress right now. What a joke, right? 15 times to get this clown, his position, and with one person they can kick him off. That's how desperate this person is for, his ego to be pumped up to be Speaker of the House. Whoopsie frickin' doodah day. And so, of course, they're going after all the programs that help sustain the people that are in the majority right now, which is the baby boomers. We're in the majority right now. And of course they're going after Social Security, which is just like, Jesus, how much money do you need? Most of the people in Congress are not in their hearts. Most of the people that are running the world are not in their hearts. Because if the billionaires were in their hearts, we wouldn't be having this discussion. There wouldn't be anything to be talking about except the love that's going on everywhere. That's what we could be talking about. If the billionaires actually shared their wealth, That's where we would be talking. We would be talking from the heart, and look at this and look at that and how wonderful. And kids don't have to starve every day, and animals don't have to go extinct, and people of color don't have to be beaten to death in the streets or be afraid to have color. I mean, it's moving into such extremism that don't be surprised if more things are going to hit the fan, because of course they are. Because we haven't completely crumbled yet. But every time it moves, every time it teeters, it's going more and more teetering until pretty soon it won't come back. And in my humble opinion, it needs to crumble. Whatever that looks like for me in my life, I'm willing to accept that, because it needs to crumble completely. And I know that if I stay in my heart and my breath and my consciousness and my connection to Source, I will get through this, and so will you. You just need to stay there. So do whatever you know to do to be in your heart. Have some fun. What did you do as a child? What makes you happy? What brings you joy? Real joy. Not momentary joy like watching, Netflix. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, there's some things on Netflix that are great, awesome. But what really rocks your world? What brings you joy? If you sing, sing. If you love to sing, sing. Sing every day. You don't have to be a rock star to sing. You can sing every single day. If you love to draw, draw every day. Draw something, even if it's just a little, draw. If you love to dance, dance. Like everybody's watching. Because that's what is going to be your lifeline through all of this. Because we are just at the brink of what's coming. I know you know what I'm talking about. You feel it. You can feel it if you stop distracting yourself long enough with every single thing. You can feel it. You can feel that there's something shifting, that there's something coming, and it's probably going to get worse before it gets better. So be the Leo moon. Shine that beautiful moonlight on your dreams. Where do you see yourself? Where do you want to go? What do you want to let go of? Please let go of the past. There's nothing you can do about it except forgive yourself and move forward and forgive the people that actually did do their best, and not just a byline, but actually did show up every single day, 24/7, 7 days a week, times 18, times 2, times whatever. And then the people that said that they were going to do that and ran away and are still running. A lot of people out there are still running away from themselves, right? No matter what they say out into the world, inner, walking, still running away. So turn around and face yourself. You know you have to eventually. Might as well do it this lifetime. Might as well do it the step off life. Might as well. What are you waiting for? Really? What are you waiting for? Let go of the things that don't work for you anymore. Let go of those ideas. Let go of those thoughts. Let go of those feelings. Let go of those people. You know, you can forgive people and still not have them as your BFFs. You can do that. It's possible. It can be tricky, and you can do it. You can do whatever you set your heart to. So set your heart to aligning with your soul, with your highest possible version of yourself. and forgive yourself for the past. Pretty much all of it, the past. If you're doing well today, if you're walking your talk today in every moment that you're in this world and out in the world, if you're doing that, then you're right on target. Because you're in the now. And now is all we have. And the breath is the one way that can bring you back into that alignment. That deep, conscious, holy breath can bring you right back into the now, into your alignment with your source and yourself and your high self. So keep breathing, keep letting go, keep allowing and accepting and forgiving and having compassion for yourself. You know, it's not easy being human. I don't know if you've noticed. This is one of the hardest schools in the freaking universe to come to and get your lessons. This isn't the like, oh yeah, we're going to go and have a holiday on Earth. No. Earth is the fracking rough-ass school of hard-ass fracking knocks. It's harsh. And, you know, most of us in this country have it really great. I mean, even though, you know, the saddest part of what's going on in our country is still better than the people in the world that are starving to death and have no fresh water and no food and are sick and dying. No, we're still better off. And we can be way, way better than what we're doing right now and what we're being right now. So take this Leo full moon, shine it on the parts of yourself that you want to bring forward, and also the parts that you want to let go of. A ritual today that you can do for yourself and for all of us, because, you know, we're all one. It's all connected. It's all divine. Make a list of all of the ideas and thoughts that you have of abuse from your past, from your family, from your friends, from your lovers, from your teachers, from anything and anyone that you felt abused you. And that could be a long list. For most of us, it is. Especially if you haven't ever done this work. It could be a really long list. It could be a novelette. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because I know about all of this. So take that list, write every single thing down, write it down, and feel the feelings. Breathe while you're making the list. Breathe. And if anger comes up, scream it out. Beat the bed with a bat. Go to the place where you can break things. There's a place. I knew there would be. I came up with this idea a long time ago that you can go somewhere and break things because the sound is what helps move it. So when you're feeling the feelings and you make the sound, whether that's anger, whether that's sadness, whether that's fear, you make the sound, it shifts it. It's like it cracks, like breaking glass. And it shifts your energy, and it shifts your frequency, and it shifts your vibration. So write it all down, feel it out, breathe the conscious holy breath while you're doing it, and at the end of the process, burn it. And as it burns, safely, of course, just see it all leaving you. Just see all of that you've been carrying for who knows how long. Letting go, and then letting in the Leo that is the heart. The Leo that is the heart. There are Leos out there in their heart, and they are incredible people. incredible souls on this planet. And of course there are Leos in their ego that just won't get off it. They just won't get off it because, they're in their ego. So of course they're not going to get off of it. Because, gotta be right. You're wrong, I'm right. I'm going to blame you. I'm not going to blame myself. I'm not going to take any responsibility for my own choices. Hell no. Hell to the no on that. That's ego. That's fear. Negative ego is fear of every single thing. And I'm sure you could come up with a long list of that too. So that abuse that you suffered, and possibly you really did. Maybe you did actually suffer abuse out there in this world. God knows there's a lot of it going on. But if you have a bigger picture of this connection and what's really going on, you'll see that we've all been every single thing. So we've been the abused, and we've been the abuser. So, forgive, breathe, align, come back to your heart, which is your connection to Source and Self. So that's the information for today. I hope you all have a wonderful Leo full moon and do this process. You will be surprised how much better you feel when you're done with it. Okay? Okay. Om Namah Shivaya. In Lak'ech. Namaste. El Kalimo. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you soon. God willing. Bye for now.